Hi there. I wonder, do you use hypnotic time travel? Some people call it age regression, some people call it future pacing. I like to call it hypnotic time travel. And hypnotic time travel is the easiest thing to do. We travel hypnotically through time in our magic mind machines all the time. You do it, I do it. We hear a song on the radio, and it takes us right back to that time in our past. Maybe it takes you back to high school prom, or maybe it takes you back to a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Maybe you smell chocolate chip cookies, and there you are, right back there in grandma's kitchen. I like the smell of watermelon or freshly mowed grass, and it takes me right back to my childhood in Oklahoma, growing up in the plains and the clear skies, and it's instant hypnotic time travel. And some people are concerned about time travel in their mind because they think that all sorts of bad things can happen. Well, today I'm going to teach you a technique where we go looking for resources using hypnotic time travel, and good things happen. And it's pretty darn easy too. You can do it with deep trance states, or you can do it with very light hypnosis, and it works equally well. So in fact, we'll do a little timeline today to demonstrate it. So I'm Karen Hand. I'm a board certified hypnotist. My practice is in Chicago. I see clients in person, I train in person, and I see clients and train via the Zoom platform worldwide. So today we're talking about hypnotic time travel. And obviously we're doing some traveling here virtually, having a classroom. So this kind of stuff is getting easier and more in our grasp all the time. My student, Vlasta, has agreed to demonstrate with us a little bit here. We're going to do some resourceful hypnotic time travel, looking for a resource that she can use more of, and we'll use a little bit of timeline work to do that today. So is there an attribute, something that you would like to have more of?
I think what I would like to work on today is confidence.
Confidence?
Yeah.
You're pretty confident from what I know about you.
Yeah, that's kind of the irony of it. I am very confident generally, but then I don't know, I second guess myself, and it kind of, the doubt creeps up on me in various situations, and I would like to be able to eliminate all those like second guesses.
Eliminate the second guessing and the doubting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know a little bit about timeline work. I'll tell you, a timeline is simply a way of looking at your life, and it's an easy way to do dissociated memories, dissociated work, and then you can associate into it whenever you choose. I'll show you what that means in a moment. So imagine, Vlasta, you have a line of time that goes from the beginning of time for you to the end of time for you. Okay, imagine that. Close your eyes for a second. Point to your past. On that line of time that goes.
I know logically it would be in the back, but I'm not sure if it is for me.
That doesn't matter what logic says. Screw logic.
I actually think my past is in front of me.
Okay.
And then I'm going that way.
Okay. Your past is in front. And you're going that way. So the future is behind you. Okay. Cool.
Which is a little strange. But it feels like this is what I've seen already, and I haven't seen that yet.
So the future is hidden from you at this point. Yeah. You don't get to assign a timeline to them. And if we talk to her tomorrow, her timeline might be entirely different. So every time you do some timeline work with a client, you want to know at this particular moment in time, where is their past and where is their future? Because they get to make up whatever they want to make up. It's your mind, it's your magic mind, and we're going to use yours. How's that? Okay? I like to know where it is for semantic reasons so that I can tell her go forward or go back to the future. is what we're going to be talking about today. Go back to the future or go forward into your past. Does that make sense? All right. And some people do left to right. Some people do front to back. Some people do up and down. So always ask where yours is, and it doesn't matter at all. Okay? So confidence. I'm curious if there's ever been a time in your life that you were confident.
Oh, lots of times.
Lots of times,
Most
good.
of the time.
Most of the
But
time.
then when I need it most, I'll sometimes have, I guess, stage fright, but not, just in life stage fright.
Where do you want this confidence in your future?
Well, generally, but if we want to like pinpoint, a good example of it would be that I do boxing just as an amateur, just as a hobby. But when I have a fight coming up, I get very, very anxious and very scared. And it frustrates me because scared is not a normal part of my personality. I always pride myself on being a brave person. So when I feel scared, it really disappoints me in myself. So I would like to be able to kind of channel my own confidence that I know I already have and actually have it at the times when I need it most.
Good, good. Okay. So tell me a specific time when you have been confident, or a specific event.
Just any. Um, um, I did gymnastics growing up, and I was always very confident in that, and I never had any problems competing in front of a lot of people.
Excellent. Close your eyes. So just take a nice deep breath, make yourself comfortable, and relax. Your conscious mind can participate as much as you want. It can step out of the room if you'd like for it to. That doesn't make any difference at all. I'd like for you, Vlasta, to just imagine that you can float above your body, right here and now. Imagine or pretend, either way, that you can float above your body. And that you can look back down there and see yourself sitting in that chair, or be aware that you were sitting in that chair, or know that you're floating above and that your body is safely down there in that chair. And when you've done that, just let me know with a nod of the head. Or you can tell me, either way.
Mm-hmm.
Good, good. Okay, now I want you to float through your past, above your past, looking down. Just looking down on that line of time of your life. And when you see something down there where you were really confident, when you were really into it, when you really were brave and you knew what you were doing, just let me know when you get to something that you can see down there.
I just have like so many little things pop out at me. I'm not sure what to focus on.
Right? So many, because you've got a lot of confidence in your past. So any of them will do at any particular point.
I think a good example would be just demonstrating gymnastics.
Demonstrating gymnastics, and that is that from when you were a child, or is that more recent?
Well, the time I'm thinking of now, I'm a teenager, but I've done
Good.
it.
Good. So you're looking down there on that time as a teenager when you're demonstrating gymnastics, right? Go ahead, Vlasta, and dip down into that. Be in it. Be there now. And tell me what you're experiencing.
It's simply my turn to go at the competition for my floor routine, and I can't wait to go.
So stick with that for just a moment. Be in that I can't wait to go. Tell me how you're standing.
I always used to kind of like shake my hands off, but it's not like nerves, it's more of I can't wait to show them what I got kind of thing.
How do you know you're feeling I can't wait to show them what I've got? If you need to look at it, rise up above it and look back down at it and tell me how you know.
It's just the whole demeanor, kind of just even. Um, I don't know. It's just a feeling,
Good.
like open lungs and just full of. You know,
Open lungs.
mm,
What else?
um, very focused sight.
Focused on.
Um, just towards the direction I'm about to walk out to.
Focused on the direction you're about to walk out to. And as you're focused on that direction, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Tell me what's going on there.
I know that I'm about to. It's cocky, like,
Good.
but I at that time I basically know that these people have no idea what I'm capable of, and they're about to be shocked.
I'm curious to know if you know that inside, as you're there in that, getting ready to go out there, if you know that, if they know it just by looking at you.
Probably.
And how are you projecting that?
Just the way I stand, I think you can tell when a person is like comfortable in their own skin.
Good. Tell me how you're standing.
Um, with my feet apart,
Good.
just kind of, I don't know, confidently, like, and my hands are always like crossed like this
Mhm.
because it's my, I don't know, like it's hard to call it humble because it's not really a humble moment, but it's almost like, um, you guys are not ready for this, so I'm gonna give you a second.
So I hear you saying that you're thinking you guys aren't ready for what I'm about to do.
Mhm.
I'm going to surprise everybody. You're all going to be surprised
Mhm.
by everything I've got to show you. And how do you know you're feeling that?
How do I know I'm feeling it?
How do you know you're thinking it or knowing it?
Because I've experienced it so many times.
You've experienced that success so many times,
Mhm.
right? And where do you feel that in your body?
In my chest.
In your chest. How do you know?
It almost fills up my lungs, basically.
Good. Yes. Good. Okay. So float above that and bring all of that with you. Bring all of that with you for just now. Bring that open lungs, and the lungs are filled, and it's all there in your chest, and you're brave. Your feet are apart, your hands are crossed. You bring all of that up there with you to above, floating up above that. Float all the way past the now and into your future. And look down at a time you know in your future when you're going to be boxing, when you need that confidence. When you have a time in mind, just let me know.
I do.
A specific time?
Yep.
Good. I want you to drop down into that specific time. And this time, Velasta, I want you to take with you that feel in your chest. Your lungs open, filled, and take yourself right to a time when you're just about to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you be there and looking out there knowing that you're just about to walk out?
Mm-hmm.
As you start to think, I'm going to surprise them. They don't have any idea of what I'm capable of. Shake your hands a little, get all that out. Cross your hands in front, feet apart, open your lungs. Focus on where you're going and take all of that with you into the ring. And go ahead and experience that particular match now. Mm-hmm. And tell me what's happening.
I gotta smirk on my face.
Good.
and I'm kind of almost playing with the opponent
Mm.
because they're trying to hit me and they hit me, but it's not hard enough.
They don't know what you've got, do they? They don't know what you've got. As you're there in the ring, pause that for just a moment. Pause that scene for just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to just leave it there so that you can see it, but be aware of all of the times in the ring that you have had success. Tell me about the times that you have been successful in a boxing match.
I mean, I haven't had that many yet. I've had a few that I won, but
That's it. That's the ones I want you to look at, the ones that you've won.
I had some really good moments.
Yeah. Pay attention to those good moments. Experience those good moments.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that you've had some success. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
You know that you know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have had success in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Take that success now, that experience with success, back there into the ring with you.
Mm-hmm.
You have it back there in the ring with you?
Yep.
And what does that add to the open chest, that smirk on your face, that you don't know what I'm capable of?
Skill.
Skill. Because you are skilled, are you not?
Yeah.
You are skilled. Leave that skill, leave that success, leave that open chest and your feet apart, your hands crossed, and they don't know what I'm capable of. Leave that in your future there. And I'm curious if there's another time, even more into the future, you would be able to apply all of that.
I don't think I can think that far.
but you can see how this works, and you can think it farther and farther. Every time there's a new one, you can think this thought about that new one, can you not?
Mm-hmm.
You can think this thought about that new one, can you not?
Mm-hmm.
You can think this thought about that new one, can you not? Float above it, come all the way back to the present, and bring with you that smirk, that confidence, the open lungs, and the focus, and the hands crossed in the chest and the feet apart, and settle back down into the now with all that confidence, knowing that it's yours, and you can apply it anytime you need it the most. Before you come back to the here and now, I just want you to float up one more time. Float up one more time. Float up to that place where you were about to walk into that gymnastics event, where you know that you've got it. You know that you're successful. You know that you have all of this experience behind you. And just feel that feeling completely. And as you feel that feeling, knowing that you have the success, the experience, I'm curious, has that you put in any effort to make this happen? What has she done?
Not at the moment, but all the training before the moment created it.
So she trained, the you of them trained, performed, practiced, and put in the effort. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Fly above that, fly back to the now, settle down into your now, and just tell me, have you practiced boxing? Have you trained boxing? Do you have the ability to box? Do you have the ability to win? Do you have what it takes? Are you willing to take this confidence into your future? And remember, open your lungs, fill up your chest, feet apart, hands crossed. Go ahead and put that little smirk on your face, because they don't know what you've got, do they?
No.
Bring all of that confidence back with you and bring it back into the room to the best of your ability.
That's awesome. That
So,
was fun.
okay, so tell me about that. Tell me about floating above and going back to that gymnastics event. What does that do for you in your thinking?
It's really cool how you can get the exact same feeling from someplace so long ago. but I really felt the exact feeling that you were talking about. It's kind of surreal.
Do you know how I know you felt that feeling? Because you told me.
Oh yeah.
Your lungs were open, your chest filled up, and I don't have to know that about her because she knows that about her, and she knows that that's how she feels when she's confident. If you apply that, as you apply that to your next boxing adventure, what does that do for you?
It would allow me perform in a way that I practice, because that's kind of my whole point. I don't want confidence like as something I have over the opponent. I just want the ability to show what I worked on. But because I would self-sabotage with the self-doubt, I was never able to show what I can actually do. So with that confidence, it will give me opportunity to actually be fair to myself and bring what I really can do instead of this other person.
What other person is that?
The unconfident person.
the anxious and scared one.
We can linger at home. Yeah.
And connecting with that does some very valuable stuff. Connecting with that allows her to leave that in the background, allows her to fill up with what is good. We are looking for resources, and we're building up those resources so that she can use the resources into her future. How does that feel different for you now?
Exciting.
And she also learned from that because she's got experience with gymnastics. She's got experience with practicing, with training, with all of the things that she had to put in to do it. If she were sitting here today and saying she'd never boxed before, I wouldn't suggest that she step right into the ring with this cocky attitude and a smirk on her face, right? But she has experienced it. She knows what it feels like. And now she has added one little piece to the puzzle that her training, her practice led her to her success. And you're doing all of that now with boxing, are you not?
I haven't for a while because I've been a little off, but I'm gonna give it another shot.
Have you not been boxing for a while? And are you ready to go back now?
On Monday.
Will you take the confidence with you?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Can you box?
Yes.
Have you trained? And you have had success. So there was another thing that she talked about, and that is focus, right? Because in that memory, you could focus on walking in.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to take it one step further and let her do a little bit more hypnotic time travel with focus, because that was an important thing for her,
mm-hmm.
focusing on being able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So where else in your life have you done anything else where you've had to focus and pay attention on it and you've had success with it?
I don't know, so many things.
I know. Pick one. I'm glad you have a wide variety.
I didn't choose a lot of those, but some moments, I guess the simple ones could be college presentations, things like that.
Okay.
But those are not good examples because I would be really nervous to speak in public.
Okay.
I'd be super nervous. But once I would get started, I would be really comfortable and confident.
Boy, is that a good thing for us to know. Once she gets started, she's really confident.
Oh, this is true. That is a good point. Because even at the fight that I did poorly, I almost messed it up for my own self and almost won by accident. I still got the split decision. So I got in completely messed up, and I woke up third round and I was ready to go for 3 more if they would have let me, but it was over by then. So yeah, similarly to the college presentations. I would be terrified of speaking in public. But then once I got going and saw that people are looking at me and everything, like listening and everything's okay, I would kind of like enjoy actually being up there and enjoy showing what I prepared.
Close your eyes one more time. Good. Float above your timeline and go up to that point where you're going to have that next bout. You're going to box the next time. And as you're floating above that, you can see that down there, right? Can you see between that down there and your present? Can you see training that was involved or getting back into the ring or practicing?
Yeah.
So you have, before you do this next bout, you have put in some practice. You have gotten back into the ring and you have done some training. Is that right? That's right. And as you float down into that, focus on the reality that all you really have to do is breathe. Stand up straight with your feet apart, crossing your boxing gloves in front of you right before you go on, filling your lungs up with that confidence, and realizing that once you get started, there's no stopping you. Once you get started, you can just succeed almost by accident. Fill up your lungs, open your chest, bring in all of that confidence, knowing that you've done this before, you've trained, you've practiced, you've rehearsed, and they don't know what you've got. They're going to be surprised because once you start, oh my God, you're on your way. There's no stopping you. You can do it. Focus on getting into that ring. Focus on the place that you will take your first stance, and then they say, go. And all you have to do is get started. Now, as you start, what happens? You've got an opponent, and they make an action. Do you react, or do you take the first swing?
Depends. I typically attack.
So all you have to do is wait for the bell or that buzzer or that go, and you attack. And once you get started, there's no stopping you, is there? Once you get started, allow yourself to feel yourself going into the zone. And it just goes. Everything else evaporates and you're in the zone. And once you get started, then what happens?
The skills take over.
Then the skills take over.
Then it's just automatic.
It's automatic. You have the training and you are set to go. And it feels so good, does it not? Mm-hmm. Bring that success back with you. Float above it. Mm-hmm. Bring it back to your present and settle back down into your present. Mm-hmm. And when you're fully integrated back to the present, join me back in the room. Now you started it. I'm curious if you won it, that one you're about to do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No question about it. That's what we're looking for. Oh, yeah. Because she applied resources that she already has within her. We didn't have to go invent confidence. I didn't have to drill confidence into her. I allowed her to experience what is already in her and use that for her next goal, for what she wants. Confidence in the ring. How does that feel for you? Tell me about your processing. As you saw yourself in the ring, there's a lot. We don't even need to know all of it.
Imagery,
yeah.
It's just like having fun. It was fun. And that's what I want. I want to, it's a sport, and I'm not trying to go Olympics, so it's like a hobby. And I want to be able to have fun in the ring and not take myself too seriously and just show what we worked on.
So I wonder if you can see yourself for just a moment, anxious and scared. You're in the boxing ring.
Not right now.
Not right now. It's not even coming to her right now, and that's great. And I wonder if you were to ever go there again, if you would apply that humor to it. This is silly because you know how to get rid of it. You shake it off. That's what you've already done. That's what you did in gymnastics. That's what you continue to do. You just shake it off. And you're showing them what you've got. Filling up, getting ready to go, and moving forward. How does that feel for you?
That's good.
So the technique is very simple. It's very simple. You want to know what attribute they're looking for. Simply ask them, when have you had that before? Think of a time. Remember a time. Be in a time when you have had that before. And in this particular case, we did timeline. You can do go back to in time, recall a time. You can do any kind of fancy age regression work that you want to do on it. We don't have to go look for the initial sensitizing event or a subsequent sensitizing event. In this particular case, we're looking for resources. Resourceful hypnotic time travel. Looking for times when you had that attribute that you want, building that up, feeling it, noticing where it is in the body, how it feels to do that, and then future pacing, moving that to the future and allowing them to experience it in a specific time when they could use that resource the most. Last, I'm curious, when you need that resource the most, will it be there for you? She's had the experience in her mind. We can't take that away from her. No one can. So she has the experience, and she will now be able to box.
Yep.
Will you let us know when you win your first round?
I will.
She will. If you want a handout on this to make it a little easier, almost scripted like, you can send an email to me, Karen@KarenHand.com, and I'll be happy to send you the email. If you or send you the handout in an email. If you have any questions, you can also email me, Karen@KarenHand.com, and I'll be glad to talk with you about it or help you look for more ways to use resourceful timeline or resourceful hypnotic time travel in your future. See you in the future.